Trouble connecting. Please check your internet. I don't know. Are we actually even live? I think we are.
It says we're live.
It says we're live. It literally just flashed up my screen there. Having trouble connecting. Please check your internet. So we don't have any intro music for you today. But listen, that's fine because myself and Paddy have a very hard out here at about 15 minutes time. So we said we jump on and we do a very, very quick preview of Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa tomorrow in Sellers Park, Paddy. Not exactly a happy hunting ground for us, but I think even Oliver Glasner seemed very, very downbeat in his press conference today. So hopefully that's an omen that we might go there and get the 3 points tomorrow, Paddy, that will keep us challenging at the top of the league, which is an absolutely fantastic thing to be able to say.
Well, I don't think there's any excuses when you take out Nketiah, Lerma, Munoz, Kamada, Decore, Cardines, Riyad, Richards, and Sarr. Most importantly, missing, who always has an absolute belter against us. So delighted that they're all out. Delighted that we're in the form that we're in, and there's no excuses. Let's go and get a win, and I'm feeling confident. And why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, I think. Look, as I say, I'm feeling confident because we're still in banging form at the moment. You know, that game at the weekend was a brilliant salvo to have, given that we were coming off that 4-1 defeat to Arsenal. We've also got news as well today, Paddy. News of 2 players that I don't think will make the starting 11, which is but still our reinforcements and the cavalry is here if they're needed. The Pau Torres and Tyrone Mings are back in action and will be in contention for tomorrow, most likely. That's great news to have as well, considering we've got the FA Cup coming up at the weekend as well. And, you know, keeping people fit is huge because all you've got to do is look at Man City, who lost 2 centre halves, one to a broken leg and one to who was the other one that got injured? I can't really remember. No, but they lost 2 players, 2 centre halves to Diaz is out. Yeah, Vardy broke. Yeah, and Diaz. So look, fingers crossed that we have this great run of I suppose of non-injuries, and that could be a massive piece for us over the course of this January, where we play quite a few games in quick succession. So great to have those 2 guys coming back, Paddy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, they're it's probably just unfortunate that they're coming back together now, and God knows what way it will fare out for them. We probably could have done with maybe a Barkley coming back instead of one of them and let the other one off for a couple of weeks, just so he can mix it up and change the midfield if needs be. But yeah, we're heading into a game where we're 3 at the back, playing a team that's 3 at the back. It's going to be difficult. We've found it difficult in the past, but trying to think here, and I'm frantically scrolling back. Was it Burnley we went with Malin and Watkins? We did. Yeah. And that's my hot take on tomorrow. Malin and Watkins to start. And we mix it up around that back 3. God knows what that back 3 will be now. But I think that's the formula that he used against Burnley, and I predict that it will work again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's I don't know would even go with that tomorrow, but I think he'll just stand pat in the team that he played at the weekend. Get the result tomorrow, keep our charge in the league, and then I see changes for the cup game against Spurs. That's because that's what he's done. He's chopped and changed in the cup. And he's always said the league is his playground. So I hope I'm kind of wrong in a way, because I want to see a cup be won, but it would imagine that, well, like, we can't win the cup in the 3rd round. But I think it's I think that's what he will do. That he will he'll go for it in the league, and I'd say that we will see changes then in the cup.
Yeah, and look, even if he does make changes, it's still going to be a strong side no matter what you do. I don't envisage he's going to do anything drastic ahead of that game against Spurs, given the fact that we've then got 8 days to prepare for Everton at home. So there's plenty of opportunity to mix it up if he needs to. But I don't envisage we see a Cummings or a Jimo Aloba coming into the team against Spurs. So I don't think there's anything to be worried about. But look, one step at a time. Palace have been our bogey child for how long? Or bowl child, whatever way you want to put
Bogey child. That's like something that you wake up in the middle of the night and it's just hanging off the ceiling.
That was the bogey man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And look, they'll be strong. They have Mateta, obviously, who's been decent enough in the past. Obviously, they're missing a lot of players. It'll be probably Camvol or Qua Gahey at the back. Devaney, Hughes, Wharton and Mitchell. And then Johnson and Pino in behind Mateta.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting one.
I think that's what it'll be. Yeah.
I don't think there'll be too many changes on our side either. I still predict that Lindelof will probably continue in his position. We might see Luca Dean for this one. We might see a Garcia for this one. You wouldn't know. I see John McGinn coming back into the team. Given that Sancho didn't exactly set the world on fire when he got his opportunity. So let's see what happens in the team sheet tantrum tomorrow.
Yeah, I think as well, one of the other pieces that I listened to a bit of Conor Glasner's press conference today, and he was asked the question, he bemoaned the fact that 9 of the last 11 goals Palace have conceded have been from set pieces. And he basically just said they just cannot defend set pieces currently at this moment in time. So that is something. And look, he bemoaned the fact as well that, you know, he's missing Chris Richards. He's missing a couple of defenders, a couple of defensive players in there as well. Jefferson Lerma. I think he started as in the centre half position, but he's out. I don't know if did he get injured in the last game? But you know, so they're thin on the ground there at the moment. I'm not expecting to know a ton of people on their bench tomorrow. Just with all the injuries that they have currently at the moment, they're decimated. So, you know, Villa have to go there and have to go and run them ragged. Paddy, and as you know, like, you will be putting your customary tenor on Will Hughes to get booked, because that's just what Will Hughes does. He just gets booked, you know. And I think that, look, if we can play to those aspects of the game, play to the fact that their midfield will be, you know, it'll be tighten the ground in their midfield as well, their central midfield positions. You know, get him booked early, keep them on their back foot. Mark Gray has also been talked about moving to Man City within the next week. He's out of contract. Real Madrid are looking at him. Where's his head at? The last time we played Palace as well, we were talking about this, him potentially, it was his goodbye game because he was playing for Liverpool, and then they go in and they whop us. So, you know, there is complacency that we don't want to see slip in here, but, you know, there's an awful lot going for us, and we have to talk about it from a positive when there is stuff like that going for us too.
Yeah, and look, it's all mainly positive news. To get those two boys back is a bonus. Lerma, who you're questioning, he got concussion at the weekend, so he's following a return to play protocol, so that's why he's out. So we probably got a bit lucky with that one being midweek. So he misses out, and then of course the injured players, African Cup of Nations players, and look, we're in a strong position. We should be putting out a very strong team, and I don't know why it's sticking in my head, but I don't remember us winning there too often since we came back up. I've an awful fear of that one. Remember, Jack Grealish got booked for diving when he passed the ball to Henry Lansbury to score an equaliser back at the first season we come up, and I don't remember winning there since. I could be wrong. And somebody said that they haven't done the double over us, so we must have got some kind of results out of them. So hopefully they don't start tomorrow by doing the double over us. But it'll be nice on the 7th of January to be finished with Crystal Palace, and hopefully we don't see them in the bloody cup.
I seem to remember last year as well, there was a ridiculous statistics trotted out about how little we've won in Sellers Park. It's like something in a ridiculous amount of games. I imagine we'll see it tomorrow. Usually on game day, those things are trotted out. But David Dam says Jared got a win at Sellers Park.
That's Kieran is saying the same thing there, and that's someone who would know because he goes to away games, so he'd remember.
Yeah. I don't know. There was some ridiculous statistic anyway. That was all I just seem to remember. But it's that game where Kevin Friend blew the whistle and Henry Lansbury put the ball in the back of the net. That one was a bit of a stinker, all right. But look, as I say, no Ismail Assar is the real big positive point as well, and that's why we're talking positively, because he just scores goals against us. But then again, I seem to remember that. Did we draw 1-1 with them, or did we lose? Your man Devon, he came off the bench and scored, playing in a wing back position as well. I like him as a player. I really like him as a player. I don't always see, like, he's just a nice player for them to have him come through through the ranks. I seem to have this irrational fear of him as well. But so, complacency is not something that we want to see within the team for sure, as I said previously. But we're on such a good run of form at the moment that literally anybody's door we go knocking on, or anybody who comes knocking on our door, we seem to have the answers for them. And long may that continue. We're back down to London. Let's see if we can come away from Sellers Park and see maybe Liverpool do us a favour and beat Arsenal tomorrow and put us right smack bang in that title race once more after we get our win, obviously. But we will have to see.
Nobody seems to think we're in a title race, so I'm not worried about anyone else. Let's just go and win our own games and let them worry about us. Seeing as they omit us from every article that's been written. Look, take it in isolation. We should win the game. We should overpower them in midfield. As you say, if we lose for yellow cards, Ollie Watkins hopefully continuing his goal scoring, and we should see it over the line.
I hope so. Absolutely hope so as well. It's once again, we have said this nearly all year. It's kind of difficult to do previews at the moment because games come thick and fast. We don't expect the team to change, so there's really only kind of so much that we can talk about. But there are one or two questions that came in there, Paddy. I might as well ask you there just while for the last couple of minutes, because we do have to be gone in about 3 or 4 minutes time. Callum Wilson, somebody said he's had his contract ripped up at West Ham. Would you take him on a free transfer? Personally, the only place I would take him would be to the train station away from Villa Park. That's where I would take him, just because we seem to have been linked to him so many times and he's given us the 2 fingers so many times. You didn't like us when we were shit, so don't come near us when we're pretty good, Callum. And I just don't think he'll be anywhere near the type of striker that Unai Emery will want to bring in, even on a free transfer.
I don't understand why it hasn't been a success for him at West Ham. Would I take him? No, I think we're shopping in Brown Thomas now instead of Little. I think, and at this stage of his career, he's a Little signing for me. And people listening here don't know what Brown Thomas is. Let's say Harrods instead.
Harrods, yeah. Hopefully, even though we mightn't be able to afford Harrods, we might get a 5-finger discount or something like that. You never know. And a player here or there. The other one then is Leon Bailey. Looks like he's on his way home from Roma. I messaged you this today. Obviously, Justin Kluivert out. Semenyo looks like he's going to be moving to Man City before the end of the window. Leon Bailey back to Villa. Hold on to Roma's transfer fee, charge them for sending him back, and then send him off to Bournemouth for more of a transfer fee or for more loan fees again, Paddy. I think I would have no problem with it. He regains his form at Bournemouth, plays under a very attacking manager, can't play against us. All he can do is hinder those around us. I'm all for it. Bring him home, send him to Bournemouth, have his little piece written into the history of us winning the league if he goes away and bangs in goals against any of the teams in and around us, and pat him on the back, thank him, and send him off then afterwards.
Yeah, but I think if we're realistically taking him back from Roma, we're sending him now for a transfer fee and nothing else. That's the way it's got to be. We got to get him off the books. We got to get money in the bank. We got to make a few quid on this. I'm not for sending him on loan to Bournemouth. I wouldn't really be worried about him coming back to haunt us either. So snip that up in a few weeks' time when we play him again. But I think we have to get money in the door. So if he's coming back, it has to be for a money signing for me.
Yeah, look, I'm sure the money men will be able to work it out from amortization and stuff like that in whatever way. Contracts are done, even if you are to loan him out for loan fees and all that kind of stuff, get his wages off the book so that we can bring somebody in on loan, utilize his wages somewhere else within the team. I would imagine, I personally would have him over Harvey Elliott in the squad currently at the moment. And if it was a choice, excuse me, I got those of the hiccups. If it was a choice whereby we sent Harvey Elliott back, we couldn't get anyone in, and Leon Bailey was sticking around, I think he affects this team more than Harvey Elliott. So I think you'd be mad not to have him around the place, even if he is another body to bring into the bench. And look, as I say, if he can even rekindle 50% of the form he showed in the year, we we qualify for the Champions League, it's going to be even more than Harvey Elliott has done for us so far. So, I think they're going to utilize that as a potential 5% option, I would imagine. But I don't see a long-term future for Leon Bailey being here, and I don't particularly see him, even if he does come back from Roma on loan, I don't see him sticking around, whether it's on loan or whether it's on a full transfer. I don't think so for sure. Right, I'm going. We're going
a penalty for Nottingham Forest puts them 1 ahead. For those who would be interested.
Nuno looks like Unai Emery will be linked to West Ham tomorrow. It looks like, Paddy. Oh no. We're shaking in our boots. Right, we're going to leave it at that, everybody. So thanks very much. We did say this is going to be a shorter one. We would have a shorter one. We'd have a hard out in this one. So thank you so much to everybody for watching and listening. I do have a Villa AM coming up in the morning as well. I'm just highlighting one or two players. Obviously, there's been news of some academy players who've gone out on loan. Some players are out on loan at the moment, and there's an interesting kind of triangle between three separate players and 2 clubs going on from Villa's academy. So it might be an interesting one if you want to listen to that tomorrow morning. Nice short one for your commute, only about 8 minutes. So do give that a listen. In the meantime, everybody, we will see you again tomorrow for Team Sheet Tantrums and Full-Time and Final Whistle podcast. So see you then. Stay safe, stay healthy, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.